Hello, good morning, and welcome to Fancy Football. And welcome back to the transfer talk this morning. Manuel Ugarte agreed personal terms with Manchester United to join the club. Talks are ongoing now to see if Man United and Paris Saint-Germain can agree at a certain fee. Paris are asking for more, and Man United wants a cut-on price on Manuel Ugarte. Then congratulations to the Euro for signing a 5-year deal for Manchester United. At the age of 18, he will be in the United team next season, alongside maybe guess who, the butcher Lissandro Martinez. Hopefully we'll see both players play alongside each other. Then where else again? N'Golo Kante back to the Premier League. Hopefully, let's see what will happen. Then Raphinha also back to the Premier League. A lot of players want to come back to the Premier League, but we'll talk about all those deals, and we'll talk about the quest for Manchester United looking for an additional defender. Would that be Delete on its way to United? Everything is really happening for United. They are spending. They are selling and they are spending as well. So everything are going hand in hand with it. McTominay as well is on the move. We'll talk about that. Then let's see what will happen on Fancy Football this morning. People are just coming before we even started. We've seen people sending us messages. So let's dive into the world of transfers this morning, and let's see what we got in for you guys. Okay, let's go into the world of transfers now. And Manuel Ugarte agreed personal terms with Manchester United. The player wants to join United. The player wants to leave Paris Saint-Germain, and the player wants to play for Manchester United. Is it the kind of player United want? We'll talk about that. We still know that Casemiro is still in the club, and there are news out there that Casemiro will leave United. And how much to where, we don't know. But this is what it is. Manuel Ugarte will be the next Manchester United signing, depending on however it goes. PSG wants 60 million euros for a player that they signed 1.5 seasons ago for 50 million euros. I don't think it's realistic. They can get that amount. But what United can do is United can give them, I think, top mostly, Ugarte should cost United 40 million euros. 40 million euros. And when we really look at deals that are really happening, if you check the scroll bar, you've seen that Mason Greenwood has left United to Olympique Marseille. That's for 25 million euros plus add-on. So I think United are gradually, if you add Mason Greenwood's 25 million euros plus add-ons, and you add who else again in that bracket, and you add Willy Camboala 10 million euros as well. You saw that United have already, plus Donny van der Beek, they are around $400,000 to £500,000. If you are, United are currently recuperating their money back, and more players will still go, whether we like it or not, at United. But for Ugarte and for PSV demanding for this high amount of money, I think they are not being fair. If they knew that they want to up the price, if they knew that, or because they saw United, for crying out loud, we just spent how much? United just spent how much on the Euro? 65, and they want United to pay that same amount for. No, I don't think so. It is not realistic. I think the asking price for Manuel Ugarte should be around. I don't know, but just tell me what you think on the chat. I'll put this on the message section. Please don't forget to hit the like button. We want to get close to 10 to 20, between 10 to 20 likes, please. I am pleading. If you are joining us for the first time on Fancy Football, just like this video, smash the subscribe button as well. And let's say, but we need up to 10 to 20 likes on this video today, please. So let's see how we go. So I want to know what you think. How much does Manuel Ugarte what? How much does he what? How much does Ugarte what? Because clubs will just come in and put exorbitant price for a player because they've seen you spend money. So, but that's not the real stuff. The real stuff is that every player worth something. Every player worth something. So, how much does Ugarte what? That is just the question. I don't know why PSG are putting in just that extravagant figure on Ugarte, but how much does it? I'll ask this. I'll put that in the question below. So let's debate how much he worth. Let's talk about how much he worth as well. Don't forget that there are the transfer market. The transfer market is not just the way it is. I think we'll talk about that during the 12-15 show with Nonso Arinzechi. We'll have that today. Why is the transfer market so slow? So keep the likes coming, keep everything coming on Fancy Football. We are all here for you. We are here to give you the latest transfer stories that is making the. It's a 30-minute show, please. So let's make good. Take good advantage of it. Let's ask the right questions as well. Questions are started coming in. So, but let me put down my question, and I'll put the options down for you, and let's see how you answer them with regards to how much does Manuel Ugarte want. How much does Ugarte want? So let me know how much he wants, and Manuel Ugarte. So sorry. How much does Manuel Ugarte want? I'll put those questions out there for you, for all of us to answer it, because I think PSG they're just playing with themselves. They know that they won't get that amount for that player. So I don't know. So it's a poll. I'll put the amount there so you can go there and answer the question quickly. So kindly like this video quickly. And you like, subscribe to Fancy Football. Oh, okay. How much would Ugarte go for? Quickly, how much will he go for? Answer the question. There are other questions here. I'll come before Forever 06. I'll come and answer your question with regards to Bayern transfer news today. With regards to Desiree Dua, I'll answer that question. I think there's an answer to it. So I'll put okay, hold on. It'll be 50 million euros. Please kindly subscribe. 50 to 60 million euros. So that we go in then between 35 to sorry. So the show is very, very slow. So let's talk. How much does he want? For the B part is to 45 million euros. So please just Google there and answer the question. We run polls now. I think this is high time for us to start running poll. And there's a competition coming, please. There's a competition coming. So let's prepare for that competition. So how much will Ugarte go for? So please just go and answer the question quickly. So, like I said, the transfer market is not just what it is at the moment. And that is why you can see Arsenal are not doing business. City just announced one of the only sign they've announced this season. I think they've done that business even before the season started. Some clubs are dragging feet. The clubs that are really in the market, Chelsea, Aston Villa, United, Tottenham, it's a cool fit there. Something is really happening. Clubs don't want to spend money because of the financial fair play currently now and the PSLR rule in the Premier League. But for a club like PSG that have rich owners and sign a player one and was it 1.5 year ago for 50 million euros and did not use that player, they want to sign him for more than 15. They want to sell him for more than 15 because it is Manchester United. But let me tell PSG this. I think it is bad news for them that this player will go for less than or for between 35 to 45 million euros. That's what I think. He will go for. Ugarte will go for. So the player wants to leave. If I was United, I'll walk away for the deal. Then the player will put much more pressure on PSG. That's what I think. I'll walk away from the deal a little bit. Then Ugarte will submit a transfer request, asking PSG to accept. It will force PSG to accept the status quo. That's the deal presented by United on the table. United wants the player for between 35 to 45 million euros, which I think is good for him. And PSG wants 65 million euros. It's not realistic. Let's tell ourselves the truth. That amount is not realistic. That amount cannot be achieved anywhere as we speak in the world football for a player that you have kept on the bench that have had how many starts in the last in how many seasons. So let's talk about let's be realistic about it. Let's be realistic about it. Let's be realistic about it. It's not working, and it won't work. So let me know. Please just go on the Forever 06. I'll come back to your question. Just give me some time. So when we look at Manuel Ugarte, look at for PSG last season in the French League on, look at him. He played 196 minutes, which is not even at the entire distance. So we go number of goals 0. You can see wide assists, only 2 assists. You can see foul 48, 5 yellow card, block shot 39. I mean 3. So yellow card 5. So when we look at this player profile, I think his start last season for Paris Saint-Germain didn't for me fewer starts, fewer minutes for a season that is a 9-month season. So and they want that amount. It's not done in anywhere. They can't get that amount. Okay, I think that's what I think about that Ugarte. But United should be able to do this deal with that amount. So tell me what you think about the deal. How much does Ugarte want? No answer yet, but let's just go with the flow. Let's go with the flow. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. We need more likes. We need more likes. 10 likes today. I won't stop. It's a 30-minute show as usual. So I won't stop to ask you. Subscribe to Fancy Football. Hit the notification bell. And hit the like button as well. And let's continue to talk transfers now. Okay. Let's move on, guys. From Euro, I want us to look at Man United still wants one more defender. Is that defender delete? And that's the question we need to ask. Is the defender Metelo delete? Because they still want to sign defender, expecting that maybe Lindelof or Harry Maguire will leave the club. Lindelof or Harry Maguire will leave the club. This is one of them should leave the club. So that's what I think. I think for United, they need to sell players to also buy. Currently, they spend how much? 62 million euros on the Euro. Yes, we know that out of the 62 million euro, 12 million euros are add-ons, and 50 million euro is for the buying for the selling club, which is Lille. Then, if you add these amounts together plus the 41 million euros being spent currently on Xerxes, you can see they should have a value worth around 90 million there about, or 80 million euros. So United are doing business on and off. They are bringing in players and they are selling players. So which is good, and which I think will balance the account. Which I think, in terms of financial fair play, they are there, and they will not go much more than what it is. So currently now, in terms of net spending and what they have currently, United have a balance account, so it's good. So let's move on from Ugarte. Let's move on. Let's stay with Manchester United wanting a defender. So which defender do you think, is it Delete or somebody else? And I think for United to get Delete, like I said earlier, they have to sell one or two of their defenders. And to be frank, if you tell me which of them do I think should stay, I think should stay. I think for me it's Lindelof. I think Harry Maguire have overstayed his welcome at United, and I want him to leave the club. He has overstayed his welcome, and I want him to leave the club. So let's also talk about Harry Maguire. Do you think Harry Maguire will be at United next season? Do you really think? Go to this chat section and chat with us. Do you think Harry Maguire will go to United next season? Let's talk about it. Do you think so? Do we really think Harry Maguire will be at United next season? Let's talk about it. So let's move on. I think we are gradually moving on. So we will find out which defender United will sign. Thank you for watching Fancy Football. I keep on appreciating you. I think you've taken us to 1,000 subscribers. So we need more. We need more views. We need more people coming to Fancy Football to interact with us. So before I go to the Arsenal issue, let's look at the Q&A. Forever O2 said Forever O2 always Bayern Munich. So Bayern transfer news today about Desiridor. For Desiridor, I think he's really waiting. If you look at the score, I've said something about him. Desiridor is taking his time. Forever 06, he is taking his time to consider either Bayern or PSG, the PSG project. So he's looking at the project that suits him. That's what Desiridor is waiting for now. He's looking at a project that suits him, that I think he thinks that will be better for him. Both teams have presented their project to the player and his representative. Now it is left for, there's still much more days, much more weeks, but not months, much more days and much more weeks in the transfer market. So it is now left for the player and his representative to look at, this is what is on ground and this is what I will achieve. Like I said, transfers are not just easy. They don't just say, yes, I need this player, come and pay so amount. No. Like I said, you have to agree terms with the player, and you also have to agree terms with the club as well, with the selling club. That's what it is. You have to agree terms with the player, you have to agree terms with the selling club. Because if you don't do that, at the end of the day, you will find it so difficult to even buy the player. So that is what it is with regards to this man, what's his name, Desiridor. Then with regards to Javier Simon, because I'll be asking the question, we'll be discussing on the show. With regards to Javier Simon, for Javier Simon, he has already told Bayern that he's leaving. He have already told PSG that he's leaving. Sorry, not Bayern. He has told PSG he wants to leave. So he has between Bayern and Manchester United to decide where he wants to be next season. So a loan deal for Manchester United with an option to buy, and for Bayern they want to pay outrightly. And let's see what is going to happen for Simons. Let's see what's going to happen. So Forever 06, you got your question, that you got the answers to your questions now with regards to Javier Simon and But good news for you also is that John Neves wants to join Paris Saint-Germain. Good, okay. John Neves wants to leave Benfica to join Paris Saint-Germain, and I think Bayern should also be part and parcel of that deal. But as it is now, with what is really going on now, Bayern are in the pole position. I mean, PSG are in the pole position to sign John Neves, not Bayern. PSG are in pole position to sign Joao Neves. So let's move on. Let's talk to Arsenal. Arsenal has been so quiet in the transfer market recently. I don't know why, but I just think that because, to be frank, there was a news out there that Arsenal are no more going for a striker. Arsenal fans, don't be disappointed, but there is a news out there that you guys are no more looking for a striker. With what have happened for 2 seasons now, I think Arsenal should be going in for a striker. Arsenal should be fighting for a striker currently now with what has happened last season. Please kindly like Fancy Football, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and let's see where we are with regards to the channel. And just support us, please. Support Fancy Football. Help us grow. Help us be like others as well. So let's move on, guys. So if Arsenal are no more in the transfer market as it is now, do you think they're in trouble? And I think they're in trouble because they have to sign a striker. And that's why I say they have no business. I think the first priority, Arsenal have 3 priority areas. And let me mention those 3 priority areas to you guys. The first priority area for Arsenal is to sign a striker. The number 1 priority area for Arsenal is to sign a striker. The number 2 priority area for Arsenal is to sign a defender. The number 3 priority area for Arsenal is to look for a backup for Declan Rice in the midfield, because we know that Thomas Partey is leaving. I think if he has not left the club, but he is leaving the club this season. We know that. We really know that he's leaving the club this season. So if Arsenal look at priority areas, they know that they need those 3 players in those key priority areas. And talks now, or news now coming in from the Arsenal side, is that they have no priority in even signing a striker. They have to spend 50 million euros for Calafiori. That deal is not even yet closed. I think the last time there was an update on Calafiori was like a week ago. So that deal is not even done and dusted. And for a striker, for a defender that has a long injury history, 50 million euros, I think there's some question mark there. But I think that money first and foremost, the first priority area, that money should be given due consideration is to channel it to the signing of a striker. But I think Edu and Arteta know what they are doing. Probably, I think they have a solution to the striking department. But with what we've seen last season, everything is not uhuru with what we've seen last season. So, moving on to West Ham interested in signing N'Golo Kante from Al Ittihad. Okay, Kante moved to Al Ittihad last season from Chelsea. He was among the purge and the exodus of players that left Chelsea last season. The Todd Boehly and his consortium sold him to Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. But now West Ham thinks that they can. Watching him the way he played, I was even surprised he was not part of the team of the tournament. But to be frank, I think N'Golo Kante should be part of the team of that tournament. There should be a way to put him in that team of the tournament. So, but Al Ittihad have not really been able to. I don't think I'll use the word. I've not been able to satisfy, footballing wise, to satisfy N'Golo Kante. And West Ham also knows that, and they want the player. They want to bring the player to the London Stadium. They want to bring N'Golo Kante back. And if you have N'Golo Kante in that team, what else much more do you need? What more do you need if you have N'Golo Kante in that West Ham team? Alvarez on one side, N'Golo Kante on the other side. Then you have a very solidified midfield. West Ham will be too difficult to beat. We know what he brings. We know what N'Golo Kante brings. So that is that for Kante. Let me know. Let me look at the polls we have. Let me see our polls. Just one person. So far, so good. Let's see. So let's move on. Let's move on, guys. We cannot just stop talking. Okay. There is news on Scott McTominay as well. Tottenham have joined the race with Fulham to sign Scott McTominay. We also had the Galatasaray. The players agreed term. The player likes the Galatasaray projects and also wants to leave. Do United need to sell Scott McTominay? I think United need to sell one of those midfielders too. Between Scott McTominay and Casemiro, who do you think should stay in the club? Between these two players I just mentioned, between Scott McTominay and Casemiro, which player do you think should still be in the club? Which player do you think can really bring in something? Can really bring in some financial incentive for United? For Casemiro, he will cost between 50 to 60 million euros. For McTominay, I think United have told Fulham categorically when they brought in a bid of 80 million pounds that they want 30 million pounds 40 million pounds for Casemiro. So that's why United rejected Fulham offer of 40 million pounds. So I want to say this. If you ask for my opinion about these two players, I think Scott McTominay should leave the club. Yes, he doesn't really do much. Let's agree. He doesn't really do much. But what he does is that he is always around the box to slot the goal into the net. So he's always within there. He's always around there. So for me, United should let Scott McTominay go and give Casemiro one more season. And Casemiro have already admitted already that last season was not his best. Last season he was not on his game. He also admitted that he hopes that he continues to play at United. And that is what it is. He has a 5 years contract with United. Hopefully, if he performs well this season, hopefully, if he gives his best this season, then I think he will stay at United to complete his deal. He's 31 years of age compared to Ugarte that we want to sign, who is in his 20s. And also, we expect that Casemiro will tell the club he wants to stay one more year, but the club will tell him we want to sell you and we'll have a good offer. For Scott McTominay, like I said, he doesn't really do much for Manchester apart from that looking around the goal and to score goals. He knows how to score goals. He knows the post. But in terms of running, and he knows how to dust himself on the ground and pick himself up and run around the pitch to put much more pressure on the opponent team. So it's a good one for Scott. It's a good one, Scott, if he leaves to either Tottenham or Fulham. Anyone is a win-win for him. So let's keep going. I'll end the poll now. So I've ended the poll already. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Fancy Football. Thank you for subscribing. So let's move on. Because our time is much well spent. We just have a minute plus. So like I said, for Lenny Euro, congratulations to him. Yeah, I think he have signed for United. United have their second player in board. Man City have completed the move for Cervinho from their parent club, Girona from Spain. So that is that for that. PSG are in talks with Benfica over João Neves, and West Ham wants N'Golo Kante. Then this really, like I said, told you Forever 06 that talks for Desiree, excuse me, talks for Desiree cannot take place if the player doesn't really choose between Bayern and PSG. So he has to pick one of the projects and say, this is the project I want. This is what I want to follow. And let's see what's going to happen. So guys, kindly comment, kindly like, kindly share this video on fantasy football. This is much more we can bring you on the transfer talk today, being being Friday, Friday the 19th of July 2024. See you when I see you. And thanks for watching.